I said I was a crazy socialist. That may be the case. Let's see how crazy I'm going to be. Keep an open mind here. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. I'm gonna read you this whole thing here real quick, and you can decide whether or not I'm crazy. And if you think that I'm crazy, that's perfectly acceptable. I don't care. I don't mind. It's not going to change my life. I'm not. I'm not going to pretend like I'm something I'm not. And I'm not going to try to, blow smoke up your butt. That's just the way it is. I'm going to go over who I am, so you know that I'm being truthful and honest and sincere at every point in time. My name is Liam Dorris. It's short for Dale William Dorris II. I'm a socialist. I advocate for socialist economic models, and I support politicians who support socialism. I advocate for ending the duopoly. I advocate for third parties and independent candidates. All true. I think that the greatest document in the people of this nation ever wrote was the Declaration of Independence. I believe that people have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I believe that the founding ideals of the Constitution of the United States of America, I believe in and support a democratically elected representative republic. I accept that I'm savvy, bold, verbose, audacious, tenacious, and feisty. It is what it is. I accept that I'm viewed as eccentric, 100%. I accept that I'm firm and fair. I'm kind, but never mistake kindness for weakness. Important. That's a quote from Al Capone. Oh, sort of. I accept that the deepest selfish parts of my heart, I have justified making my life better through making the lives of others, lives better for others around me and being subject of those improvements. 100%. If I make everybody else's lives better, my life gets better. It is what it is. You raise the floor, you raise everyone. I will not rise from the rank and file. If I should rise, I will rise with the rank and file. Yes, 100%. I accept that I'm a vocational specialist and not an academic. I'm a specialist in measurement, a metrologist. That's what I am, a metrologist. Specialist in measurement. You could say it's science of measurement. And I should measure what is measurable and make measurable what isn't. So I need to put that in quotations. That's a quote by Galileo. I've made it my business to measure society, and how I measure society. In order to know virtue for its own rewards, one first must acquaint themselves with vice. Only then can we know full measure of mankind. 100%. 100%. I'm a revolutionary anti-war socialist from southern Indiana, walking in the footsteps of, with the same poetic style of Hoosier native Eugene Victor Debs, and I take a more modern approach on socialism. I believe that true freedom can only be achieved through economic freedom. 100%. We've gone over that one, and I will hammer that point home every time. True freedom is achieved through economic freedom. That's why economic justice is such a huge thing. I support and promote socialist economic model of the mixed economy. Okay, I'm going to pause there for just a second. Mixed economy is just the Nordic economic models. It's a hybrid of both the socialist economic model and the capitalist economic model. It keeps people driven who need to be driven. We have to account for greed. But at the same time, we have to make sure that everybody's taken care of at the same time. There's other economic models out there I love, but this one right here specifically, I've gone through it. I've taken into consideration my brothers and sisters on all sides and came up with the conclusion that this is the best model for other people here in the United States. It's not my favorite, but it's the best one for everyone. And it takes into account the most, and it's the most versatile. It's not dependent on capitalism. It's not dependent on socialism. They work together and dovetail off of each other. It's super amazing for here in America. Let's move on. It has a socialist core with cherry-picked social and capital policies to promote a healthy economy. True. I believe that the government is responsible for the basic needs of society, the general welfare of the public, as we begin the age of AI and automation. Hey, whenever AI and automation ramps up, a lot of people are going to be out of their jobs, and they're going to need those basic necessities. Period. This includes, but it isn't limited to, things such as housing, healthcare, education, utilities, and a monthly stipend for all citizens. We need to get started now. AI and automation are already a thing, and they're growing. And whenever it starts going full speed, and we don't have this in place, a lot of people are going to suffer. Because if you're in a job that can be replaced by a robot, you probably will be replaced by a robot. It's as simple as that, folks. I believe that everybody should have the opportunity to be rich, but no one should have to live unhoused, in poverty, or go hungry. Boom. Let me say that again. Make sure that everybody understands this is how I believe. I believe that anyone should have the opportunity to be rich, but no one should have to live unhoused, in poverty, or go hungry. Boom, there it is. We, the people of the United States of America, are part of a global community. We are powerful without doubt, but with great power comes great duty and responsibility to ourselves and the rest of the world. It's only then, whenever we can fix ourselves, it's only whenever we can fix ourselves that we can fix the rest of the world, and we have a lot to fix. We're behind the. How's the old saying go? We're behind the 8 ball. We are. This should have been done yesterday. I am anti-war. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. I've spent time in a war zone. I'm anti-war. Any veteran will understand what I mean right then. War is a racket and is most often fought for profit and plunder of the elite through abuse, exploitation, blood, and tears of those who would fight, be part of, or subject to it. Those elite have made it a game where they have everything to gain and nothing to lose, while the soldiers and civilians involved have nothing to gain and everything to lose, especially lives. We've covered that. We are not the world police, nor should we be. If and only if we are, then we certainly do not protect and serve, and just as certainly we are a brutal and oppressive police force. There it is. Everybody knows that's true. It doesn't matter where you are at on the political spectrum. You know it's true. I'm not a pacifist. I can't stress that enough. Just because I'm anti-war doesn't mean I'm a pacifist. I don't believe that wars should be fought to increase the holdings of the elite, but rather a response to egregious human rights violations that the world can no longer ignore, or during peacetime where the enemy is nature, natural disasters, and climate change, to put a highly trained military to use on something purposeful for the people of this world. Covered that 100%. I will never back down from that position. In times of peace, we should be putting our military to those efforts. I do not blame the people of this nation for the irrational kayfabe and culture war that is being perpetuated by the elite, duopoly politicians, or the respective media entertainment propaganda. No, I do not blame you. Whenever you see, hi, my name is whatever, and I want to do this, and this, and it looks all flowery and great, of course you want to vote for them. It doesn't matter what side you're on. If you see this and they represent your values, what you need, what will best help you and your family, and they're saying the right things, of course you want to vote for them. Does it mean that they're actually going to do it or follow through or do it in the correct manner? No, absolutely not. And guess what? That isn't your fault. I can't say that enough. It's not your fault just because you voted for them. And there's a lot of spin. A politician can make anything sound like it's righteous. That's just a reality. Any politician can make anything sound righteous. I'm not going to try to do that. I don't like to have to make stuff up. But, this is just the way it happens. This is the way it goes. Irrational kayfabe and the culture war that is perpetuated by respective media. As a public figure, I never punch down because I'm no better than the meanest among us. That's true. I'm just a guy. I'm sitting in my house, sitting in my dining room, set this up so I can give you this video. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not better than anybody else. The only difference between you and me is I'm stepping up. That's it. There's nothing really great to say about that. Like somebody's got to do it. I have the capability to do it, so I'm doing it. It's my duty to do these things. I'm a United States Marine Corps vet. I made an oath. I'm fulfilling that oath every day. Every day. I need to make the lives of those around me better. I reject the idea that artificial entities such as corporations are people. I reject the idea that money equals free speech. If and only if money equals free speech, that means that the majority of this nation is completely muted. 100%. We've gone over that, though. Let's move on. I reject the idea of political bribery, legal or otherwise. 100%. I'm not on the capitalist political spectrum, where it's liberalism versus conservatism. I'm just not. It's just not. I'm a socialist. It's not the way I roll. I'm on the socialist political spectrum, where it's liberty versus order. And the reality is I'm somewhere in the middle somewhere. And the reality is I have very few peers to even contrast and compare myself to. I would say I'm probably I believe in liberty a little bit more than Bernie Sanders, who, if he's on the socialist political spectrum, he's towards the center too. I do not support capitalism. Pure capitalism is like a game of Monopoly. And at the end of what happens at the end of almost every game of Monopoly you've ever played, it's almost a rule in the rule book. You have to flip the table. Why? Because it's not built to be fair. It is a representation, and it was designed to be a representation of capitalism. And the board will eventually get flipped. I do not. I don't have anything. I don't have to do anything but wait. Capitalism will crater and burn on its own. True. And through the ashes, we will see the rise of socialism, or at least that's my thought. That's my hope. The social idea of socialism is that everyone gets taken care of first, and that the balance of power should be in favor of its citizens, not its elite. That means you and me, not Bill Gates, not Elon Musk. I reject the Capitalist Democratic Party as an organization. The Capitalist Party promotes a corporate oligarchy, and that would include all things synonymous. True. I just can't be 100% down with the Democratic Party because they support an oligarchy, corporate control. A nation that is controlled by its elites. I reject the Capitalist Republican Party as an organization. The Capitalist Republican Party promotes despotism, and that would lead to, and that would include all things synonymous. Authoritarianism. I'm anti-authoritarian, and I just don't like the idea of everybody telling me exactly how to live my life and when to take. Never mind. You get the idea. I reject the capitalist duopoly. This is important. This is an important paragraph. I reject the capitalist duopoly as it is the kayfabe of the political elite. The Capitalist Democratic Party are the faces, and the Capitalist Republican Party are the heels. The fights are scripted. The outcomes predetermined. This is done to control the population using entertainment. At the end of the day, both capitalist parties have the same few elite owners. 100% true. And if you think that it's anything else otherwise, again, let me talk to you about the military-industrial complex. This is why I advocate for and stand in solidarity with third-party candidates, independent candidates, and their voters, within reason. We may be ideologically different, but we all deserve more than what the duopoly has done and is doing. It's better to vote for something you want and believe in and not get it than it is to vote for something you don't want or believe in and get it. True. We're in that situation right now. The only wasted vote is for a candidate or an issue you do not want or do not believe in. A lot of people tell me I'm wrong about that one, but that's 100% true. I reject the idea of voting for the lesser evil, as it only ratchets our political system more in the direction of evil. Hey, this guy is less evil, so let's vote for him. But we're going more evil. Yeah, but not as evil as the other guy. I just can't be down with it. Sorry, can't be down with it. This article, blah, blah, blah. We're going to move on from this. This was a vision for economic justice. Liam Dorris, a salty jarhead veteran and a socialist.